The honorable members. All the honorable members. Senator Boni Halwande. Yes.
Guys, back to our YouTube channel. Mambo yamechemka watu wangu. William Ruto ameshindwa kutetewa na Cherargei, senator from Nandi County. You see guys, William Ruto anatumia huyu jamaa kumtetea, kwenda kwa radio, kwenda kwa TV, kwenda pale kwa Senate, but Cherargei ameshindwa completely because William Ruto mambo yake yameisha completely. Ukiangalia hii clash ambayo imekuwa parliament na uangalia hii clash ambayo imekuwa Spice FM, then you are going to realize that Cherargei pia ameinua mikono kwamba hapana. Na sitaki kuongea mengi guys. Nataka kwanza uangalie kisha tuongelelee pale mbele. But ensure ume like na nasema thanks kwa hiyo like yako. Angalia tu fireworks watu wangu.
Senator Cherargei, to be honest, would you be willing to share what you earn in a month as a senator?
I share daily.
How much do you earn as a senator?
Of course, it is there. SRC has put it, but because you have taken mortgage and loan,
yes.
Some of us do other businesses. You know, anybody who tell
no, you're just looking at salary. You're just looking at salary. But salary of a senator.
Of course, the salary is there, but some of us have taken mortgage. Maybe me, I have taken mortgage. I don't know, which is around 40 million, and then you have a few loans here and there. So it doesn't. The contribution you give doesn't tie up with the salary you earn.
But
I don't think so.
So if you have a mortgage, you're paying for this mortgage,
yes,
and every weekend you are dishing out 2 million.
But you have to, Dennis, you have to rectify it based on your strength.
It's okay.
Yes,
based on your strength.
Yeah, financial strength. Personally, I don't give out that much.
I'm not referring to you directly.
Yes.
I'm just referring to, generally speaking,
yes,
the composition of these people who are giving out this empowerment money every weekend.
Yes.
You're looking at a salary of a senator or a member of parliament, yes, with all the other obligations.
Yes.
And we keep hearing the president has given to 3 million.
Yes.
So and so has given 1 million. Another person has given 4 million. Another person has given 5 million.
Yes.
Every weekend. There was actually a splash the other day, I think it was yesterday, yes, where it was detailing how much these individuals have been giving. And there's one that has given 145 million Kenya shillings so far in terms of donations. So the question is, where is the source of this money? Is it directly from your profits, from your business? If it's a personal donation, where is this money coming from?
Dennis, that is the reason it's called personal donations. It's based on what you have. And most of these individuals that give out that money have been people who are older than all of us in this room. They have been doing their businesses.
Yeah.
You don't expect them to give 100,000 like Senator Cherargei, for example, because they do their own businesses. It's not tied to the salary. The personal donations that many individuals give, including the president and the deputy, is based on the businesses they have done. These are people who have been in public service. They have been doing businesses. They have friends. Personally, whenever I have a fundraiser in my home county, for example, a church, I normally approach colleagues, including Senator Ruto, although maybe I'll approach him after this show. But on several occasions, he knows, even in our private launch where members, I'm having a fundraiser in this weekend, and they would ask, can you give me something, 50,000, 10,000, 100,000? So when I go and give out a half a million or a million, mostly it's sometimes you fundraise from friends who are courteous enough, or even you or any sometimes. So these are individuals,
but Senator,
and you know that it depends with the type of friends you have.
Senator Ruto?
You know, I'm very worried with the way Senator Cherargei is misleading listeners. When you say that, you know, he doesn't want to tell us exactly where does this money come from. Okay. He says that you cannot audit fundraisers. We are not talking about the fundraisers. We are talking about the sources of the contributors. This person who has contributed 20 million in 1 week, exactly where? And they're in government. Exactly where does that person I didn't interrupt you.
No, sorry, I'm also asking so that I can answer.
Listen, you'll get your time to ask.
Okay.
You say so many things, some of which are not even relevant to the discussion that we are having here, including telling us what government is doing. I mean, we are talking about fundraising. But so, you know, he wants to interrupt my line of thinking. So what we are raising is, we know the president is paid a salary of about 1.4 million Kenya shillings in 1 month. Well, he can be in business. That is not a problem. But then, if he can contribute 20-40 million in 1 week, I mean, would he be, open and transparent enough to, to show that this is what I earned from my chicken farm, this is what I withdrew from this particular account, and these are my KRA returns, showing that actually this is what I earned, and this is what I paid. For transparency's sake, any businessman can make those contributions without anybody asking too many questions, because this is not somebody who holds public funds or who controls public funds. Why we are asking about the sources is because the people who are doing this are people who are appropriating public funds. And that's why they should be transparent and tell us, I am Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. This is what I made from my business. This is what I made, I paid as tax. And that is why I withdrew this money. I withdrew from Kenya Commercial Bank. I withdrew from Cooperative Bank. And this is, that trail. So that we may stop asking questions. Because if you are a leader, you must be accountable. You must be transparent. You must account and be transparent. You not see a CEO from a particular company coming to this particular empowerment, and so it cannot be a fundraiser, as Senator Cherargei wants everybody to believe. A fundraiser is a situation where everybody in the society is invited and they contribute according to their ability. And so Senator Cherargei is very economical with the truth. And when he says that there is no financial misappropriation that we have been able, those of us that are against this, that we have been able to put across. But how? We know how this mischief is done. How is it done? Allocate more money or more funds to security agencies, because they are not asked by law. You cannot audit or question expenditure. There is what we call confidential, like in Interior, Ministry of Defense, and that is where this money is coming from, of course. And by law, nobody will audit these funds because they are confidential. Senator Cherargei also played around with the question of 2,000 Kenya shillings. It was not 2,000 Kenya shillings for each member of this women group. It was 2,000 Kenya shillings, according to that particular media report, shared against 31 women. And so I think it's good to get the facts clear. The other thing that we must remind Senator Cherargei is that no empowerment, we have not seen any checks being issued. I mean, it's always in cash carried in bags. And you and me know that if you go to the bank today, you account. If you have to withdraw like 1 million Kenya shillings, you'll have to do a lot of paperwork and explain exactly what you want to do with that kind of cash. But they carry cash in bags, millions. And you'll find, like the deputy president, for example, you will find him, attend a particular empowerment program, then take a chopper, go to another place, contribute the same kind of money, 2-3 million, 2 from him, 2 million from 3 million from the president. I mean, just how do we get this cash? Can we get any trail on where this cash is withdrawn? With these accounts, where does this money come from? Because of course, I mean, if I have some cash, I must have withdrawn it. Can we be able to get the banks from which they withdraw? Because we must be truthful to Kenyans who follow this, because Kenyans are smart and they know you cannot possibly be able to withdraw like 10 million Kenya shillings in a day from your account. And if that happens, there must be that trail. Then when Cherargei says that messaging is about unity, is about bringing people together in these particular programs, I mean, we have seen the messages. We have listened to the messages. The other day, the Speaker of the National Assembly was addressing some members. I don't remember which county, but was challenging the Kalenjin community members to protect the president because it is his son, and he is under threat from some other people, of course, referring to some other people. I mean, there's some other people referring to the people from the mountain and that kind of thing. And when Senator Cherargei again tells you that people are contributing as per their strength, it is not true. We have seen every member, just a minute, we have seen every member of parliament in that kind of in those gatherings. When it's 100, everybody is 100,000 Kenya shillings, 100,000 Kenya shillings. No. Most of them, most of them, depending on seniority. Of course, Kimani Ichung'wah will contribute more because he's senior, but for the ordinary members and the senators like us, it will be 100,000, everybody 100,000. Nimechanga 100. That kind of thing. So, but anyway, Dennis was asking something.
I've been attending those empowerment. So Ruto should be asking for point of information. No, he should be asking because I have sat there. He has never been there. What he's consuming is through media. Personally, when we went to Lukuyani before he concludes his point, there are members who contributed 50, 20, 10. You know, it is always good to be. He's saying I'm economical to truth, but he's making it worse. He is more scarce with the truth because he should have been said. I agree there are amounts that the president and the deputy and maybe senior leadership I agree with him, but on the issue of members giving, no, that is unfair because I have been in the forums. Even I was in Kisumu, I was in
where you have given like 10,000 shillings.
No, there are, of course there is like MCAs, members of MPs, as he has said. I'm trying to clarify because I've been there. He has never been there unless he understands. He attends through the spirit, and unless by the way, what media has done is to try and audit something that is not auditable, because they are trying to show the country what the president has contributed, not what Senator Cherargei has contributed, which I found it odd. Because if they wanted to do proper audit, they should give up to because when Senator Ruto says it is only politicians who give money, he is lying. Because I've been there, even CBOs that we fundraise normally contribute to their own kitty. And then the way we share, we ensure that there is transparency and accountability. And what I suspect, because I saw that news story in one of your colleague media stations, they went and looked for a group that was not part of what we were fundraising for. I wish they would have gone to specific groups and asked us, the organizers. We did an Arambe in Lukuyani. You did an Arambe in Isiolo. You did an Arambe in Mombasa. Who are these groups? Then we can give them the groups, the names of the group. Then you go and audit, because we were in Murang'a the other day. And we didn't get the contribution of the area senator. I think that groups that come from Murang'a would also deserve even the small or the large amount that comes from their leaders to go to them. So finally, you had asked a question. I don't know whether it's
although he took it away from me. Okay. Kindly, panel, I mean, our hosts, don't allow Senator Cherargei to escape. There are substantive issues that he should address. Exactly where is this cash withdrawn from? And because you are saying that people are just generous, it is important that you tell us. If I can be able, and it has been raised here, if I can be able to contribute about 10 million in a week, then of course I should be able to prove or to show the source of such funds. And if it is business that I'm engaged in, it should tally with my KRA returns.
So the Senate asked these questions. Sorry, Dennis, the Senate asked these questions. If a deputy president, because again, we did see the breakdown by one of our sister stations just the other day, and the question was, if in the last 2 months, about 5 billion shillings has already been used, if the deputy president on his own, and apart from everybody else who comes in and gives their 10,000, 100,000, whatever the case may be, where is this money drawn from? And are those questions for oversight from Senate, for example, in terms of where does the money come from? If I'm in Embu today, Tharakanithi the next day, Meru the day after that. Where does this money come from?
Can I have the first bite to the cherry? One, I want to say this. You remember when Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, governor, tried to pass the Arambe law? It never succeeded. Because how do you audit an Arambe? Which legislation provides for such? So what Senator Ruto, and I want to make him popular in this country, is to bring a proposal a legislative intervention on how you can regulate fundraising in the country. I remember Senator Cherargei tried to bring that law. Then your question will be answered, because if we have legislative forum, it will allow, who will use someone, for example, to appear before the Senate to oversight on the fundraiser that has been done.
So in this
There's
case,
no policy. And I wanted to answer quick before
yes.
Dennis, you come. He asked
Yes.
something about confidential amount.
Yes.
When the GNC protest happened, the president directed that all confidential accounts be scrapped. And it was scrapped unless Senator Ruto can give us evidence that that confidential accounts still exist. You asked us, why were we doing this fundraiser? You remember when we tried to fundraise for the churches? The same individuals who are opposing government, including my brother here, said, why don't you go and fundraise for Mama Mboga and Boda instead of fundraising for the church? The church, God will take care of them. You remember the huge fight that we were being told, don't do, in fact, I appeared in one of the shows, one of the sister stations called Politics of Pulpit. We were being told, why are you going to church to fundraise, give 20 million? Why don't you look for groups? It is the same individuals who are accusing us. Why would you give to the church? Why don't you go to the road and do an arambe? So I want to say, and then finally, you ask a question so that you come in, is so that I don't lose. You ask a question. Why are you doing fundraiser? Where is the development? Those forums we are using to explain our development agenda. Because when we went to the church, we were being accused of hijacking the pulpit. So we wanted to look for our own forum, a more organized forum to explain, for example, the issue of affordable housing, the issue of markets we are doing in Muranga, in all the sub-counties, even in Nandi, in Mandera, the issue of affordable housing we are doing here in Nairobi, the issue of roads, you have seen the dueling of Mau Summit, all the way to Eldoret to Malaba, the issue of Mau Mau roads we are doing. You remember the president talked about the Niti Bridge yesterday that the procurement has begun today. So we use those forums too, because you're asking, what about the balls, what about the schools, what about, we use those forums to explain to our people.
But Cherargei,
because in politics, if you allow vacuum,
Cherargei,
these guys who are like Sanbalats will go and mislead the public.
Cherargei,
because if you don't go and explain to what you are doing, you remember, finally, remember, media were asking us and Kenyans, why are you, what is government doing?
Cherargei, question is, when you talk about empowerment as is, let's look at from a policy perspective, because you form part of government.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So here's the question where when the government was formed, we have the Hustler Fund, we have the Youth Enterprise Fund, we have the Women Fund, we have NGAF, we have the CDF. And you talk about going into these empowerments to explain about affordable housing. That is part and policy of government. That is something that can be explained on the floor of the House, both the National Assembly and the Senate. Why exactly are we engaging in these empowerment if at all we already have policies that guide how you can explain to Kenyans the policies that you are doing, and that through the laws that do exist, there is ways for this empowerment, for enriching different groups in the country can be done? Why not just follow the law?
I agree that we have, as he has said, my brother said, we have women enterprise, youth fund, and we are now launching Nyota fund. There is the issue of Asala fund, among other funds. But it is not enough for all the groups. That's the problem. We must, I can tell you where I come from, because we are leaders here at Ruto. Whenever you go, you get, whenever I attend a function, you get 5 to 6 CBOs who are requesting for financial support to do their programs. So if any leader would be lying to say all the funds that we have will be sufficient enough to finance the community-based organization groups, sorry for using the short form of CBOs, community-based organization groups, there are women groups, civic groups in those machinani. So I agree with you, there is that initiative that we have the funds that are there, but they are not enough, they are not sufficient.
Mr. Speaker, I speak as a member of the Senate Finance and Budget Committee. I have done consultations with my colleagues, Senator Roba, who is the chairman, Maureen Mtinda, who is the vice chair, Eddie Kisheru Okech, who is a member, and we are agreed that should this matter be brought to the committee, we are not going to deal with it. This is not a matter that should be resolved by the committee, because the Constitution has clearly indicated that it should be resolved by the two speakers, Mr. Speaker. Unless the Speaker of the Senate has either abdicated his responsibility, Mr. Speaker, or he is in connivance, Or, Mr. Speaker, he has decided to learn the bad manners of the Speaker of the National Assembly, who has reduced himself to an agent of the United Democratic Alliance, running around the country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to be heard.
Order,
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, running around the country.
Order, honorable members. Proceed, Senator Halwale.
Yes. Can you hold for me? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
What's your point of order, Senator Wafula?
Honorable Speaker, understanding order.
Order, members. Allow Senator Wafula to be heard in silence. Senator Wafula, what is your point of order?
Understanding order 105. I'm in prayer.
Give Senator Wafula the microphone, clerk.
Mheshimiwa
Senator Wafula,
Speaker.
proceed to the dispatch.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Understanding order 105. The senator shall be responsible for the accuracy of any facts that the senator alleges to be true and may be requested to substantiate any such facts instantly. Honorable Speaker, I believe there is non-political hygiene from one Dr. Boni Khalwale. He must stand up and confirm that someone is an agent of UDA or someone is masquerading or being sent by UDA, and he must also come out clear and respect the office of the Speaker of the National Assembly.
Senator Boni Halwale, proceed to substantiate the comments as made by Senator Wafula under standing 105. Order, members. Order, honorable members. Senator Boni, proceed to substantiate as alleged.
Mr. Speaker, with utmost respect to the Senator of Bungoma, who is rising on a valid point of order, could he kindly, using the same standing orders, allow me to make my point? Then he challenges me. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to make the point that the responsibility of the Speaker should not be vacated at any time. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, can you help me? I don't want to be irritated. Hold the Senator of Nandi. Yes. But, Mr. Speaker, the point I want to drive home, and which must sink beyond the ears of the Senator of Bungoma, is that instead of observing Article 110(3), the Speaker of the National Assembly, by participating in the so-called empowerment functions where they dish out money, Mr. Speaker, he is behaving like an agent of the United Democratic Alliance. And Mr. Speaker, nowhere in the history of the Republic of Kenya has a Speaker ever.
Senator Cherargei, Boni, take your seat. Senator Boni.
Mr. Speaker, I raise under Standing Order 96 and 101. Is it in order for the Senator of Kakamega, Boni Khalwale, who is a chief whip and is also the UDA member, although he operates from outside, we no longer know him.
Order member, Senator
we no
Sifuna.
longer know him.
Senator Sifuna, order member.
Why is Senator Sifuna shouting?
Cherargei,
His days in ODM are numbered. Mr. Speaker, what I am saying is very simple. Mr. Speaker, understanding order 101, if Senator Boni Khalwale wants to discuss substantively the Speaker of National Assembly, which we are ready to discuss to, he should bring a substantive motion. Is it in order, Mr. Speaker,
to cast aspersion to the Speaker of the National Assembly. I want to invite Mr. Speaker, you have told him to substantiate. Can you invoke Standing Order 121, rule him out of cross-leading order and throw him out, Mr. Speaker?
You've made your point,
Mr. Speaker. He should be thrown out.
You've made your
this
point.
This is not Malenya, my friend.
Senator Boni Halwale, as you conclude on your comments on this particular messaging, refrain from making specific allegations that might call upon the Speaker to take appropriate action. Kindly conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Boni Halwale, proceed.
Yes. Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua, order, please.
It is
the chair to allow you whether to speak or not. Senator Boni Halwale, proceed.
The loud consultations that we are hearing, Mr. Speaker, are the right thing. It confirms that this is a house of debate, and on debate, people are not supposed to agree on everything. And therefore, I want to thank you for allowing me to conclude this point.
Order, members. Order, members. Order, honorable members.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Senator Boni Halwale, as you conclude, proceed to substantiate the allegation about the agency on the office of the Speaker of the National Assembly. Order, members. Order. Order, members. Senator Kinyua, order. Boni Halwale, conclude as you substantiate on that aspect the chair has directed you to do.
Mr. Speaker, because of...
Senator Cherargei, order, please.
Mr. Speaker, because of the immense respect that I have for the chair, you have invited me to substantiate, and Mr. Speaker, I do hereby proceed in substantiating.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I have...
Order, members. Order, members.
I have, Mr. Speaker, been accused of alleging that the Speaker of the National Assembly is behaving like an agent of the United Democratic Alliance by participating in the so-called empowerment rallies where public funds running in millions of shillings are being dished out by the Speaker.
Order, members.
Mr.
Order,
Speaker.
members. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, honorable members. Senator Boni, I will call you out of order because the more you seek to substantiate, the more you make certain allegations from the chair. Conclude as you not go the direction we are headed to. Members, order, please. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Order, members. Order, members. Proceed, Senator Boni, and I will expect you to do that in under 1 minute. I'll not allow you to take the time of the call of this
Thank you.
House. Order, Senator Cherargei. Don't invite the chair to throw you out. Senator Mutinda, don't invite the chair to throw you out. Senator Boni Halwale, you have check my directions and conclude in under 1 minute. Senator Omogeni, take your seat. Take your seat, Senator Omogeni. Take your seat, Senator Omogeni. Take your seat. Take your seat, Senator Omogeni. Don't invite the chair to invoke the standing orders and throw you out. Take your chair. Take your seat. Take your seat. Order, members, order. Take your seat, honorable members. Senator Cherargei, take your seat. Honorable members, take your seat. Senator Madzayo, take your seat. Take your seat, honorable members. Take your seat. Senator Mbua, take your seat. Order, members. Honorable members, take your seat. I am not going to allow any other point of order. Members, order. Senator Boni Halwale, The chair has invited you to substantiate in under 1 minute, and I will not allow you to go beyond 1 minute in substantiating the allegations that you have made. Members, if any one of you interrupts, I will not hesitate to invoke the standing orders and throw you out of the House. Senator Boni, take that direction.
Mr. Speaker, if what I have adduced verbally is not sufficient, Mr. Speaker, allow me to then, tomorrow, bring video recordings of these people, these public leaders, spending millions of public funds in empowerment missions
Senator Boni,
that we do not understand.
Senator Boni Halwale, take your seat.
They have been
Senator Boni
everywhere.
Halwale, take your seat. Take your seat. Members, honorable members, now the chair hereby directs Senator Boni Halwale tomorrow to substantiate in form of whatever document or video recording before the House the allegations you have made, and that is the direction of the chair. Now, honorable senators, with that honorable senators, order, honorable senators. I had directed that, pursuant to the communication I made, the last person I allowed to speak to this messaging was Senator Boni Halwale. As you note from the last paragraph of the communication, members, I had indicated that in view of the similarities in the provisions of the two bills, I hereby refer the bill to the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget to advise the House on the appropriate way forward. Order, members. Order, members. This is the position. Order, members. Order, members. The communication that comes from the National Assembly has got nothing to do with what this House is to deal with in that particular communication. This communication is conveyed from the office of the clerk for the House to decide. And that is why the chair has directed that this is committed to the committee for that communication to come. And to that, members, we close on this particular messaging, and I call the clerk to call the next order. Proceed.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Leader of majority.
So, tabling. See, order is correct.
Senator Sifuna, allow the leader of majority to table the document.
Mr. Speaker, sir.